To avoid fainting, keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie.
I said, don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
We have such sights to show you.
Only a movie.
Ini Sabrina second edition buatanku. Karena aku tahu almarhum anak kamu Kayla sangat suka dengan Sabrina.
Why did you? Okay, hello and welcome to another episode of Double Screecher. I'm one of your hosts, Dakota Bika. Joined with me as always,
Sabrina.
Yes, that's right. We are a movie podcast.
Movie podcast.
Talking about horror movies. talking about, we are live on the Facebooks, and we are live in your hearts.
And in your butt. So what are we talking about today?
Yeah, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about two movies that are basically the same movie.
Mm-hmm.
Annabelle from 2014, which is the Conjuring spin-off with the fucking doll. And then we have...
Yes, the Conjuring spinoff with the doll.
Yeah, and then we have another doll movie. Mm-hmm. That's our theme. Hey,
yeah, we strayed away from doing the sequels of movies.
Yeah, we fucked up because Sabrina, not the Teenage Witch, but Sabrina we picked it because we were trying to find a dumb, stupid fucking, like, doll Annabelle ripoff.
This was supposed to be the Transmorphers of Annabelle, basically.
But we're uncultured, so when we saw the doll, we were like, look at this shit, so goofy. Turns out it's, like, an Indonesian horror movie, and it's like pretty like...
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's still very similar to Annabelle.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the Conjuring version of... It's like the Indonesian Conjuring, because this is actually also a spin-off of another movie, which has like similar characters to like the Ed and Lorraine Warren characters of the Conjuring, and they also come up in Annabelle. So... What one do you want to talk first, Sabrina?
We're talking about Sabrina first. Yeah.
So, Sabrina's this lovely woman standing behind us. She looks really fucking beautiful.
Yeah. I made it sure to stretch it out just so that we could see her eyes and face.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're looking for a knockoff, because there's so many knockoffs of, like, the Conjuring movies. Like, there's, like, knockoff Nun movies. There's knockoff Llorona movies. There's like a million knockoff Annabelle movies. My favorite one is Anna, the one with the fucked up face.
Can I show the live stream what the first film looks like, the cover? Because this is actually kind of more scary than the Sabrina doll. Here, check this out.
Yeah.
That is nightmare fuel, everybody. Yeah. That is what you don't want to see. Ever. Like,
so Sabrina's supposed to be a spin-off of this series of movies, The Doll and The Doll 2. So I feel like Sabrina, in the first ones, it's about, you know, a person inhabiting a doll that's evil.
Yes.
And then in this one, they, like, remanufacture the doll, like, Chucky style. Like, there's a bunch of Sabrinas.
Yeah, it's like, it's a mass-produced doll.
Which, who the fuck would want to buy this doll? Like,
dude, I mean, what you're seeing behind us right now, if you're watching live, is and just if you're just listening on audio and you want to see it, type in Sabrina 2018 horror.
Indonesian horror. Because it might just pop up Sabrina the Teenage Witch or Sabrina the Netflix series.
Right. And what you're seeing behind us is not really like it's not an edited version of what the doll looks like in the movie. Like, the doll comes out the box, and creepy as fuck.
Yeah, and it's just like, this is perfect for our kids. Like, who the fuck would play with that? Like, I get, because at least Annabelle, they got her because it was like a collector's item. Mm-hmm. And it was supposed to be old. So you can kind of permit that the doll would be fucking creepy, because who hasn't seen...
Yeah, it's like an old porcelain type doll, right?
So that's all like inherently creepy, but would you buy that brand new manufactured for your child? That's a Halloween decoration.
No.
No.
And let me ask you, since you did a little bit of research about kind of the backstory, this Sabrina starts with some scenes of a woman who seems to be possessed, right?
Yeah.
In the previous movies, do we get to see more of that story?
Well, I only saw clips and I couldn't really tell exactly, but I feel like you get like, you know how, okay, fuck. So Sabrina the doll is supposed to be haunted by the sister of the person that got it for their kid. Right?
Right. So a little girl gets the doll and it's like it's the ghost of her mom.
Yeah. So it's like the kid's living with her aunt, the mom's dead. So in Doll 2, you see how the mom died.
Yes.
And now she's a ghost in this one.
Mm-hmm.
And she's an evil ghost.
So she is in Doll 2.
Yeah. Because I saw her in it's like the same people from this movie that's in the second one.
And it's sort of the Indonesian version of Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's like the couple, the kid, and then the two people that just know everything about haunted shit that come and help them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they're really attractive. Like all ghost hunters are super hot.
Right. They're not mouth breathing weirdos. Yeah. Exactly.
It's so bogus.
I mean, that's what they would be, right? I mean, I feel like if you're into ghosts, like hardcore. Why am I saying that? Why am I being so mean? But I'm
like hardcore into
hardcore ghost people are like also nerds, probably.
Zach Baggins.
Not. He's See, it's all about for TV though. You know, they're like TV ghost hunters.
Yeah, I guess like if you ever look at videos on YouTube of like people who like say that they're like psychic mediums and stuff, I'm sure that 90% of those people are full of shit, and they're always like some like weird ass looking people, like questionable looking people.
Right. So okay, so this girl though, she gets the doll, and how exactly it gets haunted because
they played the Charlie challenge.
Oh, Charlie, the Charlie challenge. Oh boy, it really is the Charlie challenge, but it's
Charlie.
Yeah.
So Charlie is this game like this little fat kid's playing at school. And I don't have to say that he's fat. I'm just saying that because
I mean he is.
He is fat. So he's getting bullied, right? I'm pretty sure they're bullying him because he's fat. So
and he's like, "Shut up! I could show you guys something really cool that will get you off my back about being fat."
Yeah, and then he does show them something really cool. So if you're fat and people are making fun of you, you just have to show them some like spiritual ghost shit, which would kind of make sense why all this the ghost hunters do.
Like I said, boom, 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 boom. All right, so Charlie is like a Ouija board, except very simplified. It's two Charlie pencils that you stack on top of each other, and you ask questions, and then the one on top can kind of move around like a compass, and it's just like. And so they start asking yes or no questions to like people's like grandparents, and lo and behold, our main character walks up and is like, "Let me talk to
by Bob."
Oh wait, no. I mean, I think they might try to, but then somebody's grandma starts like roasting
one of the kids, right? It's like, "Hey, you piece of shit."
I don't know any of these characters' names, and this is like a bit character, but the little fat kid, I think he starts. That's what it is. Little fat kid starts talking to his own dead relative. And then the kids start asking, like, "Oh, does he wet the bed? Is he a piece of shit?"
So his plan backfires because his grandma snitched on him. His grandma's like, "Yeah, this fat ass, he be pissing the bed all the time." So then he was like, "Fuck," and he was like, "Here, take this fucking game, kid." So he gives it to the little girl. Mm-hmm. Was her name Kayla?
All right,
I feel like her name was Kayla. Somebody in that movie's name was Kayla.
I'm checking right now. Okay. Stand by.
We watched it like last week. Memory not too good.
I believe it might be Myra.
Oh.
No, wait. No, that's like the aunt. Aiden Laras, maybe?
I think the dead mom is Kayla. The ghost bitch is, right? It was either her or the kid.
The kid is Laras. And the mom is Myra.
But that's the aunt. I'm talking about like the ghost mom.
The ghost mom. Right. Hold on. Vanya?
Oh yeah, maybe. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
I mean, it sort of does because we're gonna keep referring to them.
Okay, true.
Over and over again.
Notes for what we should do before we start recording.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been a long day.
It's been a while.
It's been a long. Okay, so little girl takes Charlie.
Who we will call, what I would say, Laris.
Let's call her Laura.
Lars.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Lars. Let's call her Lars. So Lars gets the fucking Charlie. She takes it home and she's like, bro, I'm a little ass kid. I got this creepy ass doll. All I need now to maximize this cliche of a horror movie is use this Ouija board to call my dead mom, who got killed because she was possessed by a doll. So she uses the Charlie, and then scary shit starts happening. And I feel like this stuff, the way they go about this is like there's some shit in this movie that made me fucking scream. Like, because the doll doesn't really do anything like throughout most of the movie, or if it does anything at all, it's more just like a conduit for the spirit to like. I feel like the spirit like is in the doll, but then it could come outside of the doll in like human form, and it comes out as Lars's mom.
Yeah, I feel like most of the time the doll is, like you said, it's just a conduit, and the doll rarely ever does anything.
Maybe it'll like
it's like sentient.
Turn, if I'm remembering correctly, it might do some shit like that, or like
it can kind of like turn its head and move its eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's also an Annabelle.
Yeah.
It doesn't do much. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
It does not do much.
But when the mom comes back, it just turns into like an exorcism movie, like a possession movie. I mean, when people get possessed in the movie, they are ugly as fuck. Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry. It's just like literally killing me inside.
Okay.
Oh, that's so much better.
That my chair, bro. Cool. All right. So, now
you got it. Now I'm fucking you up. All right.
So then, fucking, when people get possessed in this movie, they get like really ugly. They get like the big fucking nose, like the witch nose, like black blood dripping out their fucking mouth. Then they have the nose is what fucks me up the most.
Right. Was that Zach? You or Zach were like worried that this might have been like an anti-Semitic.
I didn't say that.
Point. I think it was Zach, and like he might be right. I really hope the movie wasn't trying to do that because we here at Double Screecher don't really stand for that sort of hate. But it was hard to ignore because it was this big.
Well, I just thought it was because
nose.
like witches have big noses, you know. So I was just like, oh well.
And then he was like, well, that also is part of anti-Semitism. And I was like, bro, please.
I was like, I don't know these things. Please don't cloud my fragile mind with like new racist shit I didn't know about.
I know why everything is terrible. So I think, to bring it back to a more positive note about this movie, I think the best part of Sabrina was Laris's use of the ghost hunting app on her iPad.
I forgot about that. Yeah, she has the app, which I downloaded one time. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same one, but I didn't find shit. Okay, and I was in a hotel. There's got to be at least one ghost in every hotel. But yeah, it's like it's like Predator vision. Like heat vision or whatever?
Yeah. It's sort of, like heat vision sort of thing. And it detects like movement. It seems like a really shitty app, but for the purposes of this movie, it works very well.
Yeah.
To the point where it can detect things behind Laris at points.
Yeah. And this little kid is like fearless as fuck because they just like really want to see their mom. And there's like points where she gets like pulled into a wardrobe by hands, like just sucked into the wardrobe. Next moment, she's fine. She's still trying to use the Charlie board. She's still trying to conjure up. So this movie just has a bunch of different spiritual tools and schools happening. It's tools
We
and
got
ghouls.
tools and ghouls, baby. Welcome to Sabrina 2018, where we got tools, ghouls, and all the fools you need, etc. Yeah, and I remember there was this point in the movie where it kind of felt like the whole thing sort of shifted, right? There's sort of two different tones in this movie. I think where the first part of the film feels like a haunted doll, a ghost movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometime during the vacation scene, at some point they're like, all right, everything is wild, nothing's cool. The aunt, the uncle, Laras, and probably the doll, I think too, which is a terrible idea, but they didn't know it was haunted. But anyway, they all go on some sort of vacation. And during that, the movie sort of goes from a haunt film to more of a possession film. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it turns completely into possession film.
Yeah.
And so, but the possession, okay, so first it's the ghost of the possessed mom. But then other people start getting possessed that are still alive.
Yeah.
And then they all get the ugly ass like witch nose. That's how and they get like blue contact eyes.
Dude, the makeup was like simple but very effective. Yeah.
That shit, there's like this one scene where she's like running from the ghost possession lady, and she's like runs into a closet and like lights a match, and you think it's gonna come out from the back, but the bitch comes out from the front. I screamed so hard.
Oh my god.
They got me with that. I hate when I get caught like that.
You think you know how it's gonna be, and yeah, there were some good jumps, like not like classic jump scares. They felt, because this movie is like The Conjuring and like Insidious, where it is trying to have this like 70s feel in my mind. I mean, I'm not an expert, but it felt very raw and like natural. And so like the jump scares that you have aren't like The Ring or other like Japanese horror films, right? Or American knockoffs of Japanese films, like. So they were scary, but they didn't feel too cheap to me. Personally.
Yeah. I feel there was like the jump scares were like, I don't know if it's just because it's from a different country, so maybe they're used to that kind of jump scare, but since it was like new to us, it was more like, holy shit, you know?
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. So let's talk about maybe like the second half of this film and like where it goes. I mean, so when they're on vacation, I think this is when the aunt and uncle finally confirm without a shadow of a doubt that, oh, we're being haunted by the ghost
Of Laura's mom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's when we get like the Ed and Lorraine characters.
Yes.
We'll just call them Indonesian Ed and Lorraine,
Right.
I guess, because I don't remember their names. It's like a hot lady with her hot boyfriend or husband, and they're like going to help. So
Oh, bro, hold on. I'm sorry I'm interrupting you. On IMDb, I just found a here, I'll show everyone here. There's literally like, let me get this out of here. Like Luna Maya as Myra. So this is the aunt, or is this one of the ghost hunters?
I think that's the aunt.
Hold on. It was like, oh, here we go. This is
that's the
uncle.
uncle.
Here's Aiden, the uncle.
Cool.
Oh, so Laris is the ghost hunter lady.
Oh, okay. My
Okay.
bad. And that's the ghost man.
And
hunter.
Raynard here is the ghost hunter.
Yeah. That's and
Vanya's the
Vanya's the
girl.
girl.
We've been
Fuck.
fucking up.
we're the worst.
Ooh,
Oh, I like
That's a
that.
sick-
That's scary.
that's good. Okay.
That'd be a cool tattoo.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, sorry to be so visual, but I just had to get that out there. So Vanya is the girl.
Okay, Laris is not the girl.
Laris is the ghost hunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laris is Lorraine Warren.
That works.
Yeah.
Laris Lorraine. There you go.
Yeah. And then Reynold is Ed.
Raynard.
Raynard.
Reynold.
Reynold.
That's a name.
Reynold and Raynard. I mean, basically the same shit. Okay. So yeah, it turns into that. There's like a big like scene where the house is like going crazy. They're like shit's getting set on fire, big climax. I really like the climax of this movie.
Yeah, they well, so we have like it's kind of a long like epic end sequence where it takes place in like kind of multiple places. So when Reynard and Laras, the ghost hunters, when they show up, they determine that it's not really a ghost that is plaguing them, but more so a demon, right? I believe.
If I'm remembering correctly, yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's getting confused with Annabelle, but yes. I'm
No,
pretty
it's
sure.
more so a demon, and this demon is trying to get back for being killed in the movie that we never really saw in Doll 2.
But they do a pretty good job of explaining.
They do. They really catch you up on everything. Like as a standalone movie, this movie makes sense as a standalone piece.
Because it was supposed to be, they were supposed to make a third doll. Mm-hmm. But then they were like, oh no, fuck it, let's just make a spinoff. So
it works.
Yeah, I think
works.
Yeah, because when we were watching it, I don't think we realized it was a spinoff or a continuation of some kind to a series until I think you looked it up and you were like, oh.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, if you just watch this on your own, on its own, I should say, it just kind of feels like they didn't have enough time to tell the whole story, so they just sort of like alluded back to something. But then if you realize like, oh, there's a whole other movie, that's actually kind of dope.
Yeah, and now I want to watch the first two because I really like this style of horror. It's like something new, different. Because I don't think I've ever seen an Indonesian horror movie before, and like now, like I'm like intrigued to see like these other two, and then maybe that'll open the door for me to watch something else. And that's what's really cool about kind of accidentally stumbling onto these movies. With our intention of trying to find something to make fun of, we actually ended up liking it a lot.
We did. Well, okay, so to go back to this whole like ghost then demon situation, the movie sort of maybe loses sense of itself in the back half. It's still very fun. Like I said, you have this big long climactic scene that takes place both in the toy factory where Sabrina is manufactured.
A la Chucky, Child's Play 2.
Yes, and it's dope. And the backstory, the reason why it's in that toy factory is that Aiden, the uncle, he and his family own the factory that makes these dolls. So we have like a big cool scene there, and then the final kind of hoopla, hoorah takes place back at the house, which they had sort of like quarantined the ghost in, but then they have to go back for some reason, right?
Yeah.
Or am I getting that flip-flopped?
No, I think you're right. And then like everybody starts getting fucked up. Like Reynold or Ronaldo, what's his name?
Reynard.
Yeah.
Or Renard.
Renaud. Yeah, he gets pretty fucked up. I know.
Yeah, dude. Their ability to get stabbed and keep on trucking.
Yeah. Dude, Yaris. That's her name, right?
Laris.
Yaris,
I believe, is a car. That's a vehicle. But that's cool, too. Hey.
Yeah, so Laris, she gets stabbed so many times.
Probably the most
like 40
amount of times.
Yeah. It's crazy. And she's still like, gotta keep going. She's like, I ain't got time to bleed.
I ain't got time to die today. Well, and I think maybe it should be mentioned because none of this is really spoilers. Like shit just happens. Shit's happening. Like there's no like twists to this movie. But at one point the demon jumps kind of like from the ether, from the doll into
Myra?
Into the child, into Vanya, but then it jumps into The other girl, hold on.
Myra, no?
Myra, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, 'cause
Into Myra. So for a while, Myra's the bad
Yeah,
one.
Myra gets possessed a la Conjuring when the mom in the Conjuring is like Baba Yaga or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
that bitch's name is. And it's basically like Indonesian Conjuring, which I guess we were looking for an Annabelle ripoff.
And
So
we got it.
technically, it kind of is.
Yeah. We should...
Wait a second.
Did
What-
this come first? Is that what you're
Yeah,
thinking?
what if we were talking shit and it was The Conjuring?
Well, The Doll came out in 2016.
Oh, okay. I think The Conjuring is from like 2011.
Annabelle's from 2014.
Yeah.
So
it's still before
Yeah.
the doll.
Well, okay, but that's The Doll. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good. All right. So, with the time that we have left, Karina, would you recommend this film?
Yeah. Where is it streaming on?
Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's free on Netflix. Everybody has Netflix. If you don't, then that sucks.
Did you just hear Netflix is releasing like a mini Netflix for free? It's gonna have like one episode of a bunch of different shows and some movies.
And it's going to like change. Like the episodes will change.
I mean, I don't work for Netflix, but yeah, I would imagine they're gonna rotate out.
Okay.
Like, all right. So let's say it's Friends or whatever. You get the first episode of Friends, and that's it. So try and get you to buy the
Right.
subscription.
Well, I guess that's cool if you want to watch movies.
Yeah, the movies are in full.
But
Yeah.
the show, that just seems like, like, fuck. Yeah, I would recommend it. It's different. I would go into it as just like, obviously you have to read and shit. So if you don't like to read, then you suck.
And I kind of liked. I don't know what the Indonesian language is called. If it's Indonesian or it's probably not called that. The language is very nice.
Yeah.
It's sort of like what are we kind of related to?
Romantical.
Yeah.
Sounds like a romantic language a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Like it sort of sounds like Tagalog a little bit. It's nice, and from what I could tell, it's always hard to see. Like, it's harder to tell if a foreign actor or actress is like doing a good job because we're not used to anything. But it seemed well done.
Yeah.
You know. So you're a yes on this film, is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's free. Fuck it. Watch it. It's different. The doll is ugly as fuck. The doll's more ugly and jarring than it is scary. But...
Yeah. No, it's not very scary, but its features are weird, and I agree. I say that why don't you go watch it for free?
For free.
And awesome. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we will be back to talk about our next movie.
Yeah.
John, wake up.
What's it?
Next door, I heard a scream.
Stay here. Go check it out.
John? Is everything all right?
Oh my God, you're covered in blood.
Go back inside. It's not mine. It's not. Go back inside and call an ambulance right now. Go!
I like your doll.
So let's talk about Annabelle coming to the ring. Annabelle versus La Llorona. I'm just kidding. That's not a movie yet.
Dwayne Swain says hi. What's up?
Dwayne Swain, what up, boy?
Yes. What are we talking about?
Talk about Annabelle.
That's right. We're talking
Yeah.
about Annabelle.
Haunted bitch is on the way.
I wish I saw this poster beforehand. And because it says right there, it cues you up for what this movie is. Before The Conjuring, there was Annabelle.
Yeah.
When this movie started and it was in the 60s, I was kind of thrown off.
Well, did you not notice that the first scene of this movie is the first scene from The Conjuring? It's literally from the movie. It's like...
where it's like those nurses talking to the camera?
That exact same scene where they're like, well, we talked to a psychic and they told us that it was the spirit of a little girl, so we felt bad for her. We're nurses. And it's just like, it's the same fucking scene. Like, you couldn't, like, show the nurses getting the doll. You couldn't show, like, the psychic telling them that. You had to cut the same exact fucking scene. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, this movie's gonna fucking suck.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. I did not retain a lot of information about this movie.
I was drawing most of the time.
I know. Well, here's where we are lucky. While you were not paying attention, I was. And then
I went back.
And then, well, hold on. I'm
sorry.
This will make sense. I'm not just going to trash you and not put it back on me. And then when it seemed like you were done drawing and paying attention, you were paying attention, I just started zoning out. I was doing stuff on my phone. And I just sort of lost interest in what was going on in this movie.
The movie is bad. I've heard stuff about the other ones. The sequels are supposed to be better.
Mm-hmm.
I think Annabelle Comes Home is supposed to be like the Ouija 2 of sequels.
Like pretty good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So.
And that's the third one?
I think Annabelle Comes Home is the third one.
Okay.
Because there's like 2 more. So this one is like. Starts off with the fucking same scene from The Conjuring with the same shit. And then we have.
Pull it up.
A couple. What are you pulling up? We have Mia, who is our lead character, and then we have her husband, John, who is the most vanilla, boring. I'm just gonna call him White John for the rest of the show.
But he's African American. Why are you doing that?
No, he's not.
I'm
joking. So the movie takes place in the 60s, so I feel like the writers were like, the 60s. Nobody had personality then. And it's just like...
No, and none of them do.
And everybody's dressed so dumb. Like, the sets are bad, the props are bad, the clothes, the hair. It looks like a high school or like a community college play with props they found at the thrift store to make, or like the moms made the costumes for the kids for their play that's set in the 60s. You know, it's just like everything is fucking bad.
I didn't notice that, but I mean, now that you say it, I feel you. It feels very just like, what is the 60s? And then they just kind of got like 3 things for each scene.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah.
And then they're like, people in the 60s talked like this.
I
Hi,
mean,
wife.
true.
Hello, White John.
Hello,
We're
White
having a
John.
baby.
Yeah.
But the first scene, I feel like the first part, I was like, okay, maybe this is getting better.
Mm-hmm.
So the next door neighbors have a daughter who ran away at 18. And it's alluded to because like Charles Manson like is on the TV, like the Manson family. There's like a broadcast or whatever. So it's kind of alluding to the fact that the daughter of the neighbors joined a cult. So that night, this is like one of the scariest scenes, I think. The next door neighbor's lights go on, and you can see from Mia and White John's window that a girl comes in, like a crazy girl, and she like stabs the neighbors. And then the lights go off as soon as like Mia gets up out of bed. But it's also, okay, whatever. So then, out of nowhere, crazy bitch and crazy bitch's boyfriend are in their house somehow. Because it turns out to be the daughter, the crazy cult daughter of the neighbors.
Uh-huh.
So I could understand why she wanted to kill her parents, but why do they have to kill Mia
I
and John?
think it's because John went... So I think what happens is John opens his own front door, goes into the neighbor's house, and while that's happening, the front door's open. So I think the girl comes in. Basically, the like Manson family cult people are like, uh-oh, the neighbors know. So they get involved with the neighbors now.
True.
I think that's why. I mean, listen, I don't want to defend this movie too much, but I think there's some logic there.
Okay. All right. I mean, I was drawing while this was happening.
Right. I know, dude. All right. Let me bash you at least once. We were like 30 minutes into this movie, and you're like, oh, this bitch is so stupid. This bitch, this, blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, oh, she's pregnant. And I'm like, they've been talking about this the entire movie, bro. Bruh. It's fine. You were, I mean, Hey,
I
we
was
got
doing-
shit to do.
I was doing my job.
My job.
I've got a multitask in life.
My iPad is my job.
My iPad is my job. Like, I don't have a job. My iPad.
Are you making fun of somebody?
No.
Okay. So that's how that happens. And so I think her name is like Star, or like her like new cult name is like Star or something like that.
Juicy fruit.
Starfruit.
That's what I was thinking of. Juicy fruit.
Name another fruit that's named after a color.
Juicy
Star
stars.
fruit. Nice try. That's a shape. Hey, we got verbal memes on Double Screecher today, y'all. All right.
So then, this is who Annabelle is. She is cult crazy bitch. The thing with Mia, she must have like amazing white woman-itis, because anytime anything happens to her, like the cops come running into her house immediately. It happened twice. Like, she falls down one time, and immediately like 3 dudes run in, like, oh, let me help you.
Let me help, miss.
Yeah.
I got this. Yeah.
And-
I mean, that's what the 60s was. You didn't have to do shit.
The cops just stood around the corner waiting to hear a woman scream.
If they were white.
If they were white.
Yes. So during this scene, so her real name, the crazy lady Star, is Annabelle, right?
Yeah.
So Annabelle like does some hoodoo voodoo shit behind a closed door that we don't see. The cops open the door, they find Annabelle's throat slit.
Slits her throat, and then
She's holding the doll.
and then like the blood goes into like Annabelle's eye, which was kind
And
of
then, like,
cool. Yeah, it was like,
That gets like sucked in.
and I'm like, okay, I guess in Star's defense, if you are gonna have to put your soul into a doll, why not pick the creepiest, scariest fucking doll that's hanging in the house? Because that's why they got the doll, because it was a collectible item or some shit like that. It was a very expensive, old ass doll, and they had the baby room filled with creepy dolls.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's my thing. If your neighbor's crazy psycho cult daughter killed themselves in your baby's nursery holding a creepy ass doll,
Yeah.
get rid of that doll. Why would
So
you keep it?
you don't keep the doll after it's covered in crazy person blood?
Right.
You don't keep the doll.
You don't move out of your... Well, they move eventually, but they try to live in the house after somebody fucking killed their neighbors and themselves in the baby room.
Wait, can you clarify something for me? You said they move? Is that why the last half of the movie they're in like some shitty apartment?
Yes.
I didn't know that, and I was
Now
very confused.
you weren't even drawing. You were probably playing fucking... I don't know.
Good one. Burn.
What's that one game?
I'm roasted.
Angry Birds.
No, what was I doing? I was like probably looking for a job or something, something cool, which is another reason to donate to this podcast.
Yeah.
I pay my rent, please.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. Okay, not to jump too far forward because we got plenty of time to keep talking about this movie, but I was like, are they at somebody else's house?
No,
What the fuck?
This movie wants to be Rosemary's Baby so hard. Remember I was telling you that?
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole apartment building, because after they stay at the house, they try to stay at the house, the sewing machine turns on.
Yeah.
And it takes White John like 10 minutes to figure out how to turn off the sewing machine.
I liked that. I liked that a lot.
I like that a lot. Yeah, and so then finally like creepy shit starts happening. Nothing too scary. Like there's a Jiffy Pop scene, a la Scream.
Yes.
And
that was weird too.
The house sets on fire, and then she gets like dragged, a la Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
And then that's when she screams again, and more white guys come into the house out of nowhere to save her.
No part of this movie felt very original, or even if. All right, okay. Listen, I've seen plenty of movies that are ripping off other movies. Sure, that happens. I get that, but none of the stuff they were ripping off made the movie better.
Right.
It was just, I've seen something like that before. It was just no part of this movie was like poorly done, other than maybe like the way that they like crafted the entire story. Like, I don't know, like from a technical standpoint, like it looked fine. Everyone acted fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the pacing was shitty, and there's just nothing exciting about this film.
Everybody was like, all the actors seemed like they were bored or dumb or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to call them dumb, but kind of. There was nothing inspiring, you know? There was nothing cool. It just wasn't cool, bro.
Okay, so then after that all happens, they try to get rid of the doll. And here's another thing that happens in every fucking movie. The doll comes back to the house. So that's when they're like, okay, let's move to this apartment. Fun fact about that apartment. It was filmed in Ellen DeGeneres' first apartment when she moved to L.A.
What?
Yeah.
That shitty apartment that I was talking about is Ellen DeGeneres' apartment?
It used to be. It was the first one she lived in when she moved to L.A. Like a long time ago. It's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, and then remember I said, okay, this shit is just turning into Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
Even though, because the apartment reminds me a lot of that. Their names are Mia and John. Mia Farrow, and then the John Cassavetes or whatever.
Cassavetes,
yeah.
Wow.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think not, indeed. And
You're just blatantly copying shit now. I'm like, is that a homage, bro? Come on.
I mean, yeah, technically yes.
That's
but
a homage, but still, like, not your shitty ass.
You don't need to pay homage and then also copy the movie directly.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, is that fair to say?
And here's another fucking cliche that happens. Mia, the baby's been born.
Mm-hmm.
Mia comes across these kids in the hallway. They're drawing a picture. What are the kids drawing? Creepy premonition, maybe? It's a picture of Mia and her baby in the truck. And there's a truck, and the truck hits the baby.
Right, and that basically happens, except the baby's not in the carriage, right?
Yeah.
I will say, probably one of the cooler parts of the movie is when Annabelle forces Mia to hallucinate, and so so Mia like goes up to the crib and sees the Annabelle doll in the crib, and she's like, "Fuck you, Annabelle," and she starts like bashing Annabelle against the crib and like throws it in the closet, and then Annabelle's like, "Wait. It's your daughter."
Yeah.
So basically, she like you see her like kill an infant, which is I think as a horror fan pretty neat.
Yeah.
But then, all right, before everyone freaks out at me, they revert the horse like the hologram, the fucking
illusion.
Hologram. No, hallucination is the word I was thinking of. They revert the hallucination back to reality, and she had beaten up some random other doll.
Yeah, some stupid baby doll.
Baby battle.
Then the other cliche in this movie is random black woman that knows everything about the occult and is conveniently the downstairs neighbor and owner of an occult bookstore.
Yeah, the oracle of this film. Yeah.
So she comes out and she's like, Mia comes out with her baby and the woman comes out and she's like, I want you to have this. She gives her the book. It's like, thanks. Okay, and it's like, now we're friends because we see each other a couple more times when you go into my bookstore. Okay, so then they fucking go. Everything's crazy. This is also kind of like Sabrina because
this is where I was tuning out. So I hope you have a ton of info right here.
So Mia doesn't really. The doll in this movie doesn't really do shit either. Like fucking 40 minutes go by.
No.
The only thing she's done is like rock in a chair. Oh shit.
And like move her eyes left and right.
I don't even think she does that. I think she like gets up like Jason Voorhees style.
Like the Undertaker?
Yeah. Me making sure people are crying at my funeral.
Yes, bro.
So, just like in Sabrina, she's seeing a ghost of Juicy Fruit called or Star
Annabelle.
Yeah.
Starfruit.
Starfruit, yeah. She's seeing her and she's coming, she's like attacking her, running through the halls, shit's moving. So she sees the ghost of Star more than Annabelle does.
Right. And from a visual standpoint, it's a lot of like ghostly, like black, slender, like witchy type hands, right?
And
it's a
like
lot of
white sleeping gown, long black hair.
Yeah.
A la fucking The Ring.
Yeah.
So
in like, okay. Let me just say, again, let me just keep shitting on this movie a little bit. So when this movie came out, I assumed, this is going to be bad. Like, we just knew. Like, this didn't need to happen. This movie didn't need to happen. But it's just so upsetting because The Conjuring, and from what I recall, The Conjuring 2,
they're good movies.
pretty good movies.
They're some of my favorite movies.
Were they ripoffs of Insidious? Maybe. Were they good though?
I don't
Yes.
think they were rip-offs. I think they were just at the same time, and they had similar styles.
Yeah.
They have like completely different stories, and they do have like the same actor in it.
That I think
that's what
that
you're thinking of why it's so similar.
The
I forget his name. He's Ed.
He's
Ed Warren. Oh, I can't remember his fucking name. Once you say it, I'm gonna be like, duh! Yeah, like. Oh, what's his fucking name? What's in the box?
I'm gonna have to pull up a new tab. Ed Warren.
Actor.
Oh, Ed and Lorraine Warren were real people.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I kind of knew that. I kind of knew that.
I told you this before.
I kind of knew that.
Probably weren't listening to me.
Probably not.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Because Annabelle's a real doll too. Did you know that?
You're a doll.
Thanks.
I think I've done. Oh, Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, duh, Patty Wilson.
Oh, Pat's Will. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I like him. I like him.
God, it scared me.
So yeah, Ed and Lorraine Warren are real people. They also helped with the Amityville horror case.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, to finish my point. Okay, so like when this movie came out in 2014, I was like, yeah, no doy, it's gonna be bad, and I just sort of kind of hoped that maybe when we watched it,
we would have fun
for this show. Yeah, it would have something more substantial would happen, but it really didn't.
I feel like it would have been fun to make fun of if it wasn't so bland and just uninspired. Just literally every scene is just a cliche, a horror movie cliche of the last fucking 50 years.
Yeah,
like everything.
And that goes back to the fact that like this movie, from a technical standpoint, nothing bad really happened. Like it's not bad. It's just bland.
I mean, there's some nice shots. There's some shots where it looks nice, like when White John is trying to turn off the sewing machine. That whole scene is lit really nicely.
All that low lighting and that natural light. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool stuff.
I mean, it looks nice, but like, bruh, is this movie fucking boring?
So, all right, I have a special surprise if you're watching live. I want to show this. So, before I get there, just to make sure I have enough time, Karina, would you recommend this movie?
No.
No.
No, I do want to check out the sequels though, because I've heard that they're better.
I agree. I think this movie was kind of dumb, and it wasn't free. I believe on HBO right now, if you have HBO, you can watch The Conjuring 2, and Annabelle Comes Home.
Yeah, I think I'm going to watch that.
If you have HBO Max. So
which we do.
We do. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. HBO Max not a sponsor, but
yeah, that's fake money. That means they're getting our money.
As I know. All right. As a surprise,
I'm going to move my camera.
You're off camera,
Oh,
so perfect.
sick.
You have plenty of time. I was doing some research and I saw wonder what Annabelle has been up to in quarantine. Happy National Doll Day. Let's see what this is about.
Ooh.
Okay, so it says day 1, she's sitting in a chair. Day 2, sitting in a chair. Day 3, she's sitting in a chair. She's sitting in a chair.
Oh, shit, she's gone.
Oh, she only lasted 5 days in quarantine.
Now she's sitting in another chair.
She's making some popcorn.
Ew, does she always smile like that?
I don't know. Oh, she's watching a movie.
Oh, she's watching her own movie.
Oh.
She's tanning.
Oh, gosh. She's doing photocopies of her own face.
I wish she would have did her butt cheeks. Oh, she's pampering herself.
Oh,
Candy.
my God. Oh, she's bored.
Oh, God, that's terrifying.
This is fun. See, if the whole movie was this
like
cheeky.
Yeah. What's that? She's getting therapy from a wizard? Oh, VR.
Oh, she has VR. Okay, very cool. Uh-oh. No, Annabelle, don't use the Ouija board.
It says bored. Yes.
Yes.
Now she's going golfing with her face mask. See, even Annabelle will wear her fucking face mask.
See,
she's evil as hell.
All right, and it ends with a to be continued.
That was nice. That was wholesome.
Oh, it's like a promo for Annabelle Comes Home. That's fun.
That's fun.
So, I will say that 1 minute and 40-second clip was more enjoyable than the first Annabelle.
The whole movie. Yeah, I'd rather watch Annabelle stare at goldfish and eat popcorn.
JP asks us, "Yo, how did she move though?"
She's evil.
She's evil. We actually don't see the doll moving
in the
movie, really. So
she doesn't do shit, bro. She's boring as hell. It's the most boring, evil doll in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, okay. And to echo what you said earlier, I do not recommend this movie. Just to say it one last time. But stay tuned. We might cover the Annabelle sequels because I know we're both excited to check those out.
Yeah, maybe we might do a Sabrina doll 2, and then we could do Annabelle Comes Home.
It's like a reverse.
Yeah.
It's like a prequel and a sequel.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. I had a good time watching these movies. I was really excited, really happily surprised by Sabrina and kind of let down by Annabelle.
I was like, I just thought I would laugh at Annabelle more. I didn't know I would be so fucking bored. That's the only thing. Because if a movie sucks, I want it to be like laughably bad.
Yeah.
And this just didn't even have really anything to laugh at.
Yeah.
Which is like the worst crime.
I know. Gotta inject some humor into your movie if it's gonna be bad. Yeah. All right. Well, if you're watching live on Facebook, you already know where to find us. But if you stumbled upon us on the podcast World Wide Web, we have been Double Screecher. You can follow us on Instagram at Double Screecher. If you have any comments, suggestions, movie suggestions, or you want to get in on our Zoom screenings, which happen weekly, about once a week, yeah. You can send us an email at doublescreecher@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram at little.yellow.dog.
And you can follow me at stabcasket
Awesome.
on Instagram.
We are cool people on the webs.
Hell yeah.
Come find us. Until next time.
We'll see you later, losers.